We're gonna have a Kickturn party tonight. All right.
Kickturn party. We're back again, and we're being idiots again. And so, of course, we're all idiots. Especially me and JD and Matt too. Well, yeah, it's a group effort. So here we are back again, and now we're going to talk a little bit. We talked a little bit about slalom, so now we're going to talk about slalom's cousin, downhilling, which is something we do occasionally too, especially in the winter when there's nothing going on and it's a nice day and we can't go to the skate park and it's a little chilly. So we go do a little downhilling because we got a lot of good hills here in East Tennessee.
Great hills.
Now, I wish that our buddy Mike Lance was here because he's the downhill king. But we're going to move on past that. We're going to talk a little bit about downhilling. And here, I think this says it right here as good as anything. We're going to talk a little bit about speed. You see that guy right there doing that tuck? What is that?
Oh.
No, we're not talking about math. We're talking about
speed.
We're talking about speed. We're talking about hut tucks, baby. We're talking about going fast on a skateboard. Drafting.
Oh, man.
Because Rubbin's racing.
Exactly. Bob knows about drafting.
Man, we do some drafting.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
have.
Once again, we bought a few specialized skateboards that are especially made for downhilling. We've all got a few of them. So, Bob, don't you have a downhill board?
I've got mine right here.
You got one of them fancy ones.
Oh, man. Well, it was fancy back in the day.
It's a land yacht, huh?
It's a land yacht.
This is a Paris trucks?
Yes, those are Paris trucks, and these are some Bones wheels. They call
these
nice.
wheels.
These wheels, not those
kind of
wheels.
like is it these wheels or those wheels?
I like these.
It's like
wheels.
these nuts, but it's these wheels.
Yeah, these are nice. What are those, like 78s? Those are.
They seem to be.
Yeah,
it doesn't say
they're
exactly
nice
what they are. It might say right there.
88.
88. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I've had this deck for a long time. I've had this one probably 10 years, 12 years maybe. It still looks like, kind of state-of-the-art kind of stuff to me.
Now, this is a drop-through deck,
Yes.
which, now, explain to us what a drop-through deck is.
All right, these are just otherwise pretty normal trucks. Normally your deck would sit on top of those trucks, but instead of the deck sitting on top of the trucks, what we've done is we've cut a slot. See, my finger sticks through the slot through this deck, and now the trucks finagled their way through the slot.
Right.
And we bolted the deck to the bottom of the trucks instead of on the top of the trucks. That just sets the deck lower to the ground, keep your center of gravity lower, and your center of gravity, so it keeps speed wobbles to a minimum.
Bamboo, or is this...
No, this one is not bamboo. I think this one is maple.
Okay.
But it's got a fiberglass cover.
Because usually you don't see
Another
boards
fiberglass layer?
that thin that aren't bamboo, but that's
Right. Yeah, this one's pretty thin. I mean, it's got a lot of flex to it. And
Has it got
stuff,
camber?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of camber.
Yeah, a little bit of bounce.
It doesn't have any concave to it at all, but you can see it's really flexible.
Yeah, well, don't break my
And
table.
I'm going to try not to break the table.
So, one thing I find interesting about this board, besides the crazy wheel wells and everything else and the drop through, is it's actually got a little bit of a kicktail on it.
Yeah, this one
which
does.
is something you don't see a lot. I've looked at a lot of downhill boards, and that's one thing that always annoys me, because if you're downhilling or you're cruising a longboard through the streets of New York or San Francisco or whatever,
or
Knoxville, you need to pop it up in your hand.
Yep.
You know, I mean, even if you're never going to put your foot back there, you're still going to have to pop the thing up in your hand, and you can't do that with most longboards.
Well,
Right.
I think this is pretty rare for a drop-through deck to have a kicktail.
And
I don't know. I haven't
kind of-
seen too many with that.
Yeah,
Well, like I said,
Usually,
this-
usually they're just like the front.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This one's really old, and you know, so yeah, they've changed designs a lot since I bought this one. And it's really funny because I mean, this thing looks as fancy and state of the art as it gets. But I get out to the downhill events nowadays, and the kids look at this thing and are like, "Oh man, that's old school." I'm like,
Oh yeah.
There's like no concave on this.
Right.
But
I guess the camber or whatever is.
Yeah, it helps you to.
Speaking of new school longboarding, I've got a little video here we can watch. Myself and JD participated in this. Got it. There's a group here in Knoxville that does longboarding at UT, the University of Tennessee. They do some longboarding, and we have gone as old school guys and longboarding with them a couple of times before. And we bring out our old equipment, which we'll show you examples of here in a minute. And they kind of freak out on us. But, you know, it's funny because we wind up usually doing pretty well in their little contests. So this is over at Cherokee Farms.
Knoxville, beautiful piece of property.
Oh, it's absolutely a beautiful piece of property. It's owned by UT, but they let us come over there and skate on their little, on the walkways, on the greenways.
That
And this
thing's
thing's
gnarly.
rad. And that's Lance. He's the downhill extraordinaire of Knoxville. He goes and he's done the Foothills Parkway. You know, I was looking at some of the stuff up in the mountains the other day. I went up.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this guy. Yo!
There we go. He's using the slide pucks, that guy was.
So it's a lot slower than it looks.
But the turns are scary.
It's faster than it looks. Is what
No,
you're saying,
it's slower, but the turns are scary.
Those turns are scary.
They're- I mean, you can't take them more than 15
Especially-
miles
So
an
you've
hour.
done this, Bob?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've ridden this. Yeah,
I mean, the first
that
couple turns are scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just like
They're really sharp. Yeah.
it don't matter what you're skating in or how good you are.
This is the scariest one coming up right
This one,
here.
I hate it. I hate this one.
Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that damn.
He
Man,
handled
he
it.
shot me hang loose.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, see, Lance had to check his speed off right there, and right there both.
Yeah, it's
after-
that second one. That's the one that's scary. It's that second one.
Oh!
Yeah, look at it go. See? It's sharp.
Is this pretty steep?
Yeah,
It's you don't want to go as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so narrow, and the turns are. When you get into those hairpin turns, it's like there's not enough room to slide or check your speed or.
Yeah, it can go really fast.
What do you think the first 4 turns? After you get through the first 4 turns, you pretty well got
Yeah,
it.
you got it made.
This part right here.
Yeah.
And this is a guy from Land Yachts. He was sponsored pro or something. Oh, this guy's
Woo! He's in the damn grass,
Yeah.
passing the grass. That's Earnhardt right there.
Well, you can see
That's
this.
some Earnhardt shit.
It's banked the wrong direction. It's off camber. Look at that.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's like they weren't even thinking.
Yeah, it's like when they wanted, they didn't even make for skateboarding.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with these people?
I don't know. We're gonna have to talk to the administration of the university or something to get them to figure it out.
Have you never been there, Matt?
No, I haven't.
We gotta
I'd
take
like
it.
to.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fun.
You can see that how steep it looks right there. That looks
yeah.
really.
Oh, and there's a lot more runs there than just that.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
once you get past the turns and you hit the straightaway,
You still got to make the turn.
Going down to the bottom, it's a long straightaway down to the bottom, and if you don't make it, see down there,
Yeah.
you'll just
You gotta go right or
into
left.
the river.
Yeah, and it's you're hauling ass pretty good
Yeah,
when you
you
get to the
gotta-
bottom.
You're moving pretty well.
Look, your Lance is in the dirt.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it, did he?
It's fun. It's a long way back
gonna be
up
fun.
there.
Yeah, it's kind of a walk.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a walk. They need a ski lift,
Yeah.
or we need
rope tow
shuttles
or
or something. Yeah, we need shuttles. But yeah, they
Oh, here goes Jay.
yeah. And here I am on my old school board. Those guys, there was a guy there riding the aluminum board with the cutouts, and
Spider web.
all these guys riding all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was riding this like board that was 35 years old.
We may have to do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
It's fun. It's
Oh,
really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Now we used to have some great downhill sessions at Matt's house.
Yeah, Matt's got a good neighborhood.
Man, that neighborhood.
It's a lot of hills.
rocks.
Yes, we did. I
We
don't
need to
think
go
I
back
filmed
over there
any
and
of
do that.
those.
I know we need to go back over there and do that.
So
Yeah.
that was a little bit. Some of the downhill, and we do, with the UT guys. So
UT Skate Club.
Let's take a look at some of the old school boards we were riding. Mm-hmm. Time. This is Matt bought this in. So Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about this this board?
Well, this is a SMA, Santa Monica Airlines, from, I believe, the pretty much really early 90s. And actually, I came into this from a friend who was Rhett, who was moving out, and he was just like,
He used to work at the
"Hey!"
skate shop with me. This board hung on the wall at our skate shop for years and years and years, and no one would buy it.
He was moving, and it was like, I guess at the breaking threshold was stuff that he had. He's like, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
And I'm bummed he didn't give it to me.
Yeah, well, you didn't live next to him.
but
at
you're
the time.
looking
That's
at-
the benefits.
You're looking at
yeah.
what time period we were in. The 70s there was some longboarding going on. The 80s there was really no longboarding going on.
Right.
And then the 90s come up or downhilling or
Right.
there was not a specialized board
So this,
in the 80s.
yeah, this
It's got
has
a nice
a
rocker. Yeah,
It's a total
To
80s
Get
rocker.
your foot in right there.
Yeah, so your foot would pocket right here.
Right, exactly.
As opposed to like in front of a nose.
That's
like
awesome.
new School.
That's totally an awesome board.
OJ Team Rider wheels.
Ah, nice.
No, street racers.
No, street razors. Cool. And those are 215s, right?
They are.
Which are becoming rare these days. It's hard to find
I
215s.
mean, basically, this was your downhill board because there was no such thing as Randalls.
Exactly.
Or
This is-
Ryan, or
Yeah,
Exactly
there was no such thing as a
If there
reverse
was-
kingpin truck.
I didn't know of anything
There-
more
yeah,
dedicated
than
to downhill than this
wide
at that
indies.
time.
The only thing there was a reverse
maybe.
kingpin truck, the original Gull Wings.
Yeah, years
but
ago.
those fell out. No one used those,
Right.
and then it all came back into style years later.
With the Randall
And speaking of this, okay, so could you hand me that board behind yours there that Farrah's holding? I haven't introduced our other co-host that has joined us here at Kickturn Party. Farrah, welcome to Kickturn Party. We're glad to have you. Bob, get your hand off her butt.
Yeah, this is politically correct.
Yes. This is a little bit even older than Matt's board. I bought this at our skate shop before Matt bought his. This is a really great board. I've ridden this thing for almost 30 years now. Huge board. I wanted to buy the hugest board I could because I have a complex.
Not trying to compensate.
Yeah,
for
I'm
anything.
not trying to compensate for anything, but it's a very nice board. And not only that,
Are you from Texas?
not only that,
Bigger's better.
well, it doesn't burn coal, but it does ride fast. Not only that, this board was actually stolen out of the back of my car a few years back. And
Put an
Trey-
APB out on it.
Trey was actually at one of the public parks here in town, the guy that works at the skate shop, and he saw a guy riding it and went up and hassled the guy and actually took it from him and bought it back to me. So this is a stolen board out of my car that was returned to me. And
Trey,
these...
the skateboard.
I know. I'm so stoked that I
That's
have
good
this board
friends.
back. I also have Tracker Agros on this. I used to work for Tracker for a little while, and these are the Tracker Agros that are made out of the bad aluminum, or that have the bad unheat treated axles. So these trucks break if you ride them really. And the other thing I like about this, thank you, JD. Now the logo's correct. See, it's a racing logo too. That's why I ride it downhill.
It's got your checkerboard, like
Exactly. See,
like that, like
Have you been here?
that's my skull, man. I'm so stoned. Anyway,
Have you been to Zoomies?
Exactly. Where's your? He's got a van out in the front of my house right now. That he just fell out of. That was filled with smoke. The other thing that's great about this board is these wheels. These are Road Rider wheels, and actually these are some of the fastest wheels I've ever ridden. They're friggin' great. To be like, the bearings are kind of bad now, but anyway. So this is what I ride on downhill. Let's put this away. Let's move this out of the
So
way.
this has to be like a rarity because it's a foundation. It's a
I tried to look this up on
There's
the
no way
Art of Skateboarding, which is the go-to as far as prices and everything. And they didn't even have that board listed.
Yeah, it's got to be a rarity because
that board's got to be a
I didn't know
rarity.
that Foundation even made
longboards.
We got that in about the same time you got that SMA in,
Yeah.
and I bought that one, and it's been a great board. I still love it. I still ride it. So that's a little bit about downhill skateboarding. Downhill skateboarding rules.
Downhill
It's a lot of
skateboarding.
That's
It's a fundamental, man.
speed.
Yeah.
Right there. Look.
You won't see speed on the front of Thrasher magazine much anymore.
What year is that?
It's got to be an old one.
They're wearing Speedos.
Sticks X.
1981.
Look there. That's what skateboarding is all about. The original bit of skateboarding is all about what? Going fast. Going down a hill and going fast and enjoying yourself. And that's what we like doing here at Kickturn Party. So
Exactly.
that's another episode of Kickturn Party. Thanks for coming by. Yeah. So here we are. Once again, here's our downhill episode. Here's Panda Boy with his yeah. He's ready to go downhilling. We're gonna go downhilling in my front yard right now. All right. Thanks for coming by Kickturn Party.
I've been going downhill my whole life.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out in the flat. All right. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to beers, smoke, and road. Backside slasher, website grind, Kickturn, garbage. We'll hang out by the peanut pool all night and every night, and go someplace else to smoke and yell. It's Friday night. We got nothing better to do than take 6 runs, drink a dozen